Welcome everyone back to the Smoker Fire Show. I am your host, Jack Alexander. Alongside me as always, Owen Colshaw Klein and Alex Walters, Alex Bean Walters. You don't see here, but we're also accompanied by Mrs. Lala. And the regular season just ended. As you can see by my attire, I'm kind of pissed off right now. And Owen is too, because if we won, then he didn't have to face the Lakers, but now he's got to face the Lakers. Oh, because I didn't want, dude. You would have had to go up against Nikola Jokic.
Nope. Well, I'll save my rage for you later, Jack. We have
you would have went up against Nikola Jokic. What does it matter? What is the difference?
Does this guy watch basketball? We went in there. No, we went in their building. No, Jack, listen to me. Listen to me. They came into our building and we 50 burgered them. Then we went into theirs and beat them in their own house in Game 7.
You're talking about last year?
Everybody.
You're talking about last year?
You're going to look me in the eyes. That team didn't change. In fact, they got rid of KCP. They got worse. What?
Did your team change? Did your team change, Owen? Did your team change?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
It still would have been a 4-5 matchup, Jack. What do you... I hate you.
God,
okay.
You piss me off. You piss me off. I hope you win so we can whoop your ass in round 2.
I hope John Morant drops 40 and throws like 6 grenades into the crowd at Chase Center. Fuck you, Jack.
No, we're not gonna lose the Grizzlies.
The Grizzlies. Shut up, Bean.
Okay.
Bean, do you have a new segment for the people?
Yes, I have. I have a
we gotta get through that before. Okay, so essentially, I gotta talk about what we're gonna be talking about though. He's got a segment that we're gonna do first, but after then, we're gonna go into our playoff predictions. Year 2, Owen. Year 2 of our playoff predictions. This episode's gonna look a lot better than that first one. First, before we get into this, you remember that first episode? How freaking what was that, like 180p? It was awful.
I think it was recorded on a potato and posted to YouTube with potato quality.
It was
plus
the most horrendous quality I've ever seen.
You and I were objectively ass at using words and speaking in general.
Oh my gosh, we were so bad, dude. A year of content creation, what that does to you, it does wonders.
Just don't let Bean find that clip for me last year to use when this series starts between his team and mine later, but we'll get into that in a second.
Oh, speaking of, I was watching 5 months ago, we made a video with JJ, and I know what you're about. I know you know what I'm about to talk about. It's that Pistons shit. Oh, but they're Cooper Flag, they suck. Yes, Tobias Harris did a lot for them this year, didn't he? So did Malik Beasley. Their veteran presence. That
Malik Beasley, the NBA's softest individual.
Who?
Malik Beasley, the NBA's softest man.
Talking about the Giannis stuff.
Oh my gosh! Who cares, dude? He has the second most threes this season. Just barely.
Yeah, Jack. Who's got the first most though?
Who got the first one? The one that's going to have to go up against Luka Doncic. That's who.
Malik Beasley has a better chance of getting out of the first round than Giannis.
Okay, we'll get into that though.
Yeah, we'll have conversations about that later.
We'll get into that. But anyway, yes, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go over our playoff predictions. This is before the play-in, so hopefully we get this out before Tuesday.
We can predict the play-in as well for the people.
But what we're gonna do, we're gonna predict the play-in, and then we're gonna talk about the playoffs and who is going to win the NFL
Larry O'Brien
NBA
trophy.
Finals.
Thank you,
Mr. Larry O'Brien. Alex, let me know what you need to be talking about. What is it that you want to say to the people?
So I've got a little segment here. It's not going to take too long. We got 5 teams that I think this playoffs, this postseason holds a lot of weight for them because they had higher expectations and they either failed or they've exceeded expectations. And I want to gauge what y'all think. So the first team, I'm going to ask y'all.
I'm from North Carolina.
So the first team I'm going to ask y'all about is the Orlando Magic. Let's say they lose in the play-in. I'm not going to count anything if they lose in the first round because it would either be the Cavs or the Celtics. But let's say they hypothetically lose in the play-in.
Sorry, go on.
Do they blow it up, play it safe, and hope next year's works out better because I know they had a lot of injury issues? Or do they go out and buy big?
See, here's the thing. If they go buy big, that's when John Morant comes in. Why wouldn't you want to go for John Morant, Owen?
Well, no, I'm not. I want to hear you out because I have my pick, but I'll hear you out first.
Well, they don't need to do anything outside of maybe someone who can put the ball into the basket. That could be an idea. But
here's the unfortunate part. They picked Paolo Banchero to do said putting ball in basket. And that's the problem. So
they need a facilitator as a guard. Like a shooting guard. They need like a pure dog shooting guard. That's what they need. They don't need a John Morant. They need like a help me out, Owen. They need a shooting guard.
They need Jordan Poole.
They need a Jordan Poole. Yeah.
I would love Jordan Poole.
That type. I mean, I don't think they need to buy big either because this is like the second year under Jamal Mosley where they've been legitimate contenders. Last year, they got into an absolute dogfight. I think it was the same Cavs team. That was the 4-5 matchup in the playoffs last year, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. 4-5 last year in the playoffs, if my math is correct there.
With the Cavs?
Yeah, and they took them to 7 in Cleveland. So.
Yeah, and that was your reasoning for the Cavs not being great this next season. Look how that turned out.
Okay.
God, I hate you, Owen.
I hate you, Jack. I don't think they need to do anything because, again, like I said, this is the second year they've been legitimate contenders. You're still on both Wagner brothers rookie deals. You're still on Paolo's rookie deal. You're pretty much your entire starting five is on the rookie deal, so you have plenty of time.
So if there wasn't like a reasonable compensation that you would give to the Grizzlies for John Morant,
I'd rather draft somebody.
Who are you drafting in this draft?
I don't know. Go find.
There is a lot of shooting guards in this draft.
They literally need they need some sort of facilitating guard. They'll take anybody. Literally anybody.
Franz's extension starts next year at $38 million.
Yeah.
So that's like the only
three or four of your starting five are still in their rookie deals.
Yeah, so you go out and you draft
and Jalen Suggs.
You go out and draft a shooting guard. I'm trying to pull this up, but it's not loading. But yeah, that's what I would do. You go out, you stand put, you go out and draft a shooting guard. That's what I do.
I mean, yeah, I wanted to see who they are projected to get in the mocks.
Yeah, go take a peek, and I'm looking at the.
They are projected. Thomas Storber from Georgetown. He is not a guard.
Yeah, not a guard.
Hold on. I think sleeper pick, and I love this guy, Chaz Lanier at Tennessee. He's ranked 37 in the draft, so he's going to kind of go early second round. So he might fall into the first. The Magic are going to pick in the back half of the first round anyway because they made the playoffs. So
wait, no, they don't have their pick.
Do they? Not?
Do they not?
Do they have the second? Jack?
No, I'm going through here. It says they don't have a pick.
It's protected 1 through 5. Denver has it. Oh no. Wait, no. They have their own. They also have Denver's, which is protected 1 through 5.
So they do have their first.
Yes, they do have their first this year.
Yeah.
Okay, I was saying that
I would like to see Chaz Lanier in an Orlando Magic jersey. That would just make sense in my brain. So.
I'm looking at someone like, let's see.
Because Jack, here's the problem with the top 3 ranked shooting guards. VJ Edgecombe, he's going to go lottery. Trey Johnson's probably back of the lottery.
Edgecombe's probably going 4th.
That's my point. And then Trey Johnson, lottery.
What are you? Have you seen Ben Seraph from Israel? That's a shooting guard, 6'6".
Hold up. According to the mock, right? If they take, if everything goes accordingly to the mock, they could get. I wouldn't take Nolan Traore. They could get Walter Clayton.
Ooh.
I wouldn't mind that.
I'd be okay. That's a scoring punch. I wouldn't mind that at all.
If I'm really going up the boards that quickly.
Well, here's the thing. I think Clayton before he had his Player of the Year season was like a mid-second round pick, and now I think his stock is late first, especially after they won the Natty.
There's a chance that Orlando could take him. There's a chance a team high in the lottery could take him.
He's only
What-
6'3".
Not high in the lottery, but
What pick is Orlando at? Are they 20, early 20s?
14 to 16, somewhere in that area.
That's definitely possible. That's 100% possible.
Depends on how the play-in goes, I think.
Yeah.
So, but again, we can get into that later. So I think they draft somebody and kind of try and run it back because then you need to get your scoring above 100 points a night routinely.
I
The
want to
next
check
team-
out Ben Seraph. He's
Hey.
6'6" shooting guard from Israel.
We can break that down in a draft episode later on.
Yeah.
God, wait for that. So the next team is actually a team that we talked about with the Magic, the Minnesota Timberwolves. I know they just fired their coach, but they had a pretty rough, not rough, but they've kind of had their ups. Do what? Not the Grizzlies. Sorry, the
Grizzlies. You said Wolves.
Sorry, the Grizzlies.
Yeah, so I got confused.
Or you want to
Let me-
retry
yeah,
that
there we go.
because we're gonna do a TikTok on this.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I'll
run
try
that back.
So the next team we actually just talked about with the Magic, and that was the Grizzlies. Now I know they just fired their coach, but they've kind of had ups and downs in their tenure for the last 3 years. If they lose, because they see in the first round, if they make it through the play-in, they'll either face the Rockets or the Thunder. If they lose in that first round, specifically if they end up against the Rockets, or if let's say they go against the Thunder and they can't make it look good, do they blow it up? Do they blow it up? Do they play it safe in the offseason, or do they buy big?
Who would they buy big on? The only person I could think of is like someone like a KD.
That's
Hold
the
on.
biggest option.
Could they afford a Devin Booker? It's like if the Pistons could afford,
If they can afford a KD, they can afford a Devin Booker at least.
I don't know. I feel like the asking price for KD might be a little bit lower than Devin Booker at this point, just because of KD's age.
Yeah.
We're
So
saying
it might be easier to get KD.
I don't think, again, I think it's the same as the Magic because, again, John Morant, you haven't had John Morant for the majority of the last 3 seasons. That's due to no fault of your own as a coach or an organization. Obviously, again, we all know how that goes. We all know the grenade celebration, all of that kind of
Love it. I love that grenade. That hasn't been found yet. I like that.
Yeah, I don't mind it either. So you need to go get a shooting guard to pair with Ja. He needs a little bit of help.
So another shooting guard.
Like not because I love Des Bane, I love the guys that they run out there, but you need a legitimate backcourt. Like you need a legitimate backcourt if you're gonna survive.
You'd think like a dynamic duo with John Jaren Jackson Jr. would actually be a team that would do
it
something.
can, but in the same way AR takes pressure off of. In the same way, Austin Reeves takes pressure off of LeBron and Luka. John needs somebody to help. He literally just needs help.
So that's like a homegrown guy then.
Yeah, and again, that could be because where are they in the draft?
Jalen Wells, but he's more of a defender.
They're gonna be somewhere in the same wheelhouse. Let me look.
Yeah, they're gonna be about the same as the Magic.
Yeah, so like a Chaz,
a little bit high. They'll probably be like 17, 18.
They don't have their pick this year.
But either a Chaz Lanier or a Walter Clayton.
No, they don't have their first round pick.
They don't have their first?
What's the logic behind getting a 6'3" shooting guard?
Literally, Jack, they literally just need help. I don't care what form it looks like. He needs help.
Okay, what other shooting guards could be out there on the market this offseason?
Again, we already floated the idea of Book. So
I know.
Yeah,
nothing's coming to mind. The only person I could think of is like a Zach LaVine.
That's not ridiculous.
He's too expensive, dude. He's gonna rot on the kid.
Isn't he cheaper than Book, though? I'm pretty sure he's 6 to 7 mil cheaper than Book, relatively speaking. So
yeah, but if you're gonna spend over $40 million on a shooting guard, you might as well go up to.
Might as well go get Book. Yeah, that's fair.
So what do you say, Owen? Do you say we just stand pat, or
if
we say we're gonna go out big, then we got to find someone?
Stand pat, draft somebody, move on. Hope Ja can play 65 games.
Yeah.
Now
there's not really any options that I can think of.
Yeah.
Go for
other
it.
than the KD option. I mean, that's probably the only thing that they could do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that launches you into Western Conference Finals at bust. But
Wolves are next, I bet.
You know what? They weren't, but they are on the list, so we'll go ahead and do the Wolves.
Okay.
The Wolves have had, not even saying that they're going to fail, but they've had issues with Julius, had issues with Rudy. You know, Ant is your guy. Ant Naj Reid, you know, that's your guys. You don't want to move on from them, and that is completely fine. You also have Jaden McDaniels. I think the big key is just finding out what to do with Mike Conley, Julius Randle, Rudy Gobert. So let's say they lose this year. Do they blow it up, play it safe, or buy big? I don't really know how you could buy big, but
you can't because we can't because we're gonna have to pay. The cap's going up 10%, and we're gonna have to pay Naz Reid probably that portion of the cap that's going up.
Yep.
Because he's gonna ask for, I imagine, somewhere in the range of 25 to 30 a year.
If you're ever gonna get rid of Rudy Gobert, you do it now. Because you're gonna be paying a 37-year-old Rudy Gobert who already can't even finish at the rim.
Yeah,
40 upper 40 million at age 37, 36.
And we're sitting at 17 in the first round of the draft because we got Detroit's pick. So
no, go trade Rudy. Get like I've said.
I think
before,
the issue is finding a team that wants Rudy.
Yeah, that's the hard part. You could say you want to get rid of him all you want, but until you
go give him, just hand him to the Wizards and get Middleton back, and then go out and draft Danny Wolf.
The issue with the Wizards is, do you think the Wizards are gonna be like, you know what? We would love to have 35, 36, 38 million tied into a man who gets us nowhere.
Yeah.
But no, what he will do is he's going to pretty much teach Alex Sarr everything that he knows.
And you're paying, you got to think, this team's going to pay 38 million for a teacher.
Well, by the time that Alex Sarr is up for a contract, Rudy's going to be gone.
He's got a point. But I'll offer this. You mentioned Mike Conley. Mike Conley is old as shit. We all know this. Which means Rob's going to have to run the first unit at some point once Mike hangs him up whenever that happens. And that means you need somebody to run the second unit. And for the love of God, before you say Nickeil Alexander-Walker, no.
What?
Nah is not a point guard. And he will never be a point guard. Okay?
What about Dante? He can run point.
Dante's a Band-Aid fix.
Yeah, he'll hold you over until you draft someone else.
I'm saying though, do you draft somebody now? Like, do you draft?
Who are you gonna trade Mike Conley for?
You're not gonna trade Mike Conley. You might draft a guard and stash him in Iowa. That's what they're basically what they're doing with Rob. Rob's played 20 games.
Yeah, you might want to go out and get another vet though.
Yeah, there's 16 different ways you could do this.
It just depends on when Mike Conley retires, because he's cool for now, but
I mean, also if you want to, and you really are committed to getting rid of Rudy, or you think Rudy's going to retire in the next 2 years, try and get Ryan Kalkbrenner if he falls that far. That's another rim protector with a scoring punch.
Why not Danny Wolf?
Either
That's
one.
like your new cat.
Either one. I mean,
I'm not comparing him to Cat, but you get my point.
Yes, I get the idea. You really can't go wrong because with Kalkbrenner, you're getting the 4-time Big East Defensive Player of the Year, so you're going to get another rim presence that you've had back there for years. Or if you get Danny Wolf, you're getting another 4 or 5 man who's going to be able to run sets off the bench out of the 3-point line.
I also had this deal or no deal, all these trades for deal or no deal coming up here, and I'm going to take this down because I didn't really want to keep it in here anyway. I had the Wolves trading Mike Conley to the Rockets for Cody Zeller in a second. That's a cool little backup to Naz Reid if you get rid of Rudy.
It's not bad, but again, for a team that wants to contend now, I don't think Cody Zeller coming off your bench.
Yeah, but you're getting rid of an aging point guard who's hasn't really done much for you.
If it's Jock Landale, I'd say it's.
There's no way that you get Jock Landale for Mike Conley, right? But you get a second out of it too. What's wrong with that?
So I mean,
I think it's just the drop off from
at this point, if I know my front office the way I do, they're gonna stand pat and let Rudy's contract play out, and we're just gonna be stuck in purgatory for the next 2-3 years.
As long as you can keep Naz Reid,
it's okay.
I think that's the only way it works because I mean, if you offload Rudy, Naz is gonna ask for north of $30 million a year. I'd have to think.
He's probably going to ask for that anyway because he can get that with the Blazers or Jazz.
But I'm saying though, he's going to ask for something obscene if we move Rudy
back in the Jazz.
So, but we got 2 more teams and then we can do this bracket.
Yep. 2 more teams, and these will be pretty quick because I think we all have very similar answer. Or it's a pretty consensus answer.
Okay.
But the next team is another Western Conference team. A lot of these are Western Conference teams. You know, they also fired their coach recently. and that is the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah.
This, according to them, has just been a failure of a season, even though it was kind of what everybody predicted it was going to be. You keep losing key players and you fill them in with people that are not as good.
Yeah.
That's par for the course. Are they going to, if they lose specifically in this first round of the Clippers, do they blow it up, buy big, or play it safe?
Fire sale, out. Everyone but Jokic, out.
If your name isn't Jokic, you can.
If your name isn't Jokic or
I
Christian
don't even
Brown,
know
you're
if he's
out.
safe because Jokic isn't going to want to play with 9 random dudes that you find in trades in the draft. If he wants to win, like, if it's fire sale, literally everybody's going to go. I get it.
Well, I think it depends on what your packages could be for Jamal, Michael Porter, and Aaron Gordon. Like, let's say you could move those 3 to bring in some solid key pieces that could play well with.
Hear me out. Those two you mentioned, Jamal Murray and MPJ for Book. Does the math work?
I was just about to do that. Damn it!
I've tried that. The math between those 2 teams is so difficult because the Suns can't offload Devin Booker for 2 players, so they have to add another player in, and then it is making the math.
So the math basically doesn't work.
You have to give up like 4 players on each side, but the Suns don't have 4 players worth of shit.
Well, here's the thing. Then the Suns are stuck with players that aren't worth the shit, and then the Nuggets have guys that aren't going to help Jokic win another championship. So I think it's fire sale. I'm with Jack on that one. Even Jokic.
Suns are fucked.
Yeah.
Dude, they are. I tried. I was like, what way could the Nuggets get Devin Booker? And it is so damn hard.
We can make a whole video on that.
Yeah.
Just us figuring that out for a half hour.
That's another off-season. That's an off-season episode for later.
Yeah. I'm cool with that. What's the next one?
I'm fine with that. Oh, and the next team is it's an Eastern Conference team who has a really bad. Do y'all want to guess the last?
Yeah, it's the Bucks. I know.
Team? Yep, there we go.
God damn it.
It's the Bucks.
Okay.
It's the Bucks. This has not worked out. Now the question could be: do they get in on the Mike Malone sweepstakes? Apparently, he's rumored to be the Spurs' next coach.
If they're brain dead enough to get Doc Rivers and Darvin Ham in their front office, they're not going to go out and get Malone. I'm sorry, but it's the truth.
Yeah, no, he's not wrong.
Sad. So, do they buy big, sell, or play it safe?
Who can they buy big for?
They can't because I remember
trade Dame.
Jack, and
trade
you can
Dame, bro.
Jack, you can go back you can go back and post and find this, but I believe I said last year when we asked the same question, I'm like, run it back another year with Dame and see how it goes, and then now we're here. So,
dude, if we trade Dame
at this point, nuke it.
Yeah, I know, because if we trade Dame, what are you gonna trade Dame for? You're gonna trade him for?
I'm just saying,
someone like a.
Send him back to Portland for all I care.
If you could break Dame down into 2 players, you could be looking at something a little bit better.
Oh, you're just looking at a Denver Nuggets situation.
Are the Bucks a separate second apron team because of the Dame and Giannis contracts? Or
it might be because if you add that with let me look, Bucks contracts. If you look at that,
they're good because they just offloaded Middleton.
Yeah, I mean, Kuz's cheaper. Yeah, Kuz is cheaper.
Yeah.
I think the good thing is they'll be free off of Brook Lopez's contract after this year.
And Bobby Portis and
Bobby Portis has a player option as well as Pat Connaughton. But if you could find a way to move Bobby and Pat, that frees up what?
Pat dropped 43 today.
Almost $50 million.
Yeah, you're spending $9 million on someone who can drop 40 if Giannis is out.
Occasionally. All I'm saying is if you lose Brook Lopez, you lose, and he might even come back on a cheaper deal. Bobby Portis and Pat Connaughton, that's like $50 million. You could use that hypothetically to really increase the depth of this team.
It's just a matter of who.
Let me look at free agents.
Because here's the thing. You don't have like any draft picks, but if you get rid of Giannis, and I know I get it. It's Giannis.
Free on the court and in the sheets.
You're pretty much just getting rid of any of chances in the next how many years. But if you get rid of him and you get some, like, let's go back to that Rockets thing. You trade Giannis to the Rockets, you get people like a Reed Shepherd, Cam Whitmore, like these young pieces, but then you get like all of Phoenix's picks. You're looking at top 5 for the next decade.
Oh yeah, because the Suns are going to be once the Suns nuke it, they're going to be bad. They're going to be dead last in the West for
and they could
eternity.
always just be like, "Hey, Rockets, here's Devin Booker. I want my picks back." But as soon as Giannis enters this conversation, fuck it, Devin Booker. We don't care about Devin Booker. We're gonna go out and get Giannis. Why not? That's what I would do. Trade him to the Rockets. Just don't care about you don't go back to your ex's Instagram. That's just not what you do. You don't care about the Rockets. What you do care about is those picks and them young pieces that you can bring in and just restart. You got a championship just a couple years ago.
I will say there's some good. I'm looking at the free agency. There's a couple players who I'd say would fit well.
Who's going to Milwaukee? Who's going to Milwaukee? This isn't LA or San Francisco.
But you have to think, those teams can't really afford to go get these guys anyway.
I also saw the Heat were still interested in Dame, but I don't know who you would give up in that sense.
Andrew Wiggins.
If you can go out, if you can somehow pull a Tyler Hero out of the
then
Heat,
you're talking. Then
you can somehow do it. Then you're looking at Tyler Hero and Giannis for the next few years. I like that. But you would have to give up a lot, and you don't have a lot to give up already.
Nope. It's kind of a done deal. They either have to run it back or blow it up.
Blow up. Get rid of Giannis. I'm sorry. I know my dad's watching. Blow it up. Blow it up, brother. Blow it up,
that's
brother.
all. That's all for my teams. I don't have any more teams.
Doesn't exist, brother.
Now, we have some decisions to be made right now. Because the NBA season is done. We're all done here. And now we can start to look at what the playoffs are going to look like. And it's all set in stone. I
will screen record for the people.
We have the East set. We have the West set. And let me know when you get it up.
And boom. Done. You guys
the East
see that,
is set
right?
and the West is set.
Yep.
And to begin, let's talk about them damn Warriors. So we're going to go through the play-in. We're going to predict the play-in. Are we going to do this as a smoke or fire type of prediction?
Yeah, let's do
general consensus, because otherwise we're going to sit here and argue semantics for hours.
Okay. Warriors. Don't even try it. Don't even try it.
Hey, give me the Warriors.
Yeah, I don't like it because I despise that franchise now, but I'm going to pick the Warriors.
And then
I'll put the Warriors against the Rockets.
Yes, sir. Then we have the Mavericks and Kings.
Give me the Mavericks.
Battle of ass. I'm going to take the Kings.
I was going to go with the Kings as well.
Overruled.
I mean, I lose. I lose in that.
That's why we have three people. Who did the Mavs just got dumped by? Who did they get dumped by? Was it the Pelicans?
I have not the slightest idea.
That was today.
Let's see who was playing.
I do remember somebody torched them.
It wasn't the Pelicans. Where are the Mavericks? I can't find them. Oh, it was the Grizzlies.
Yeah,
they did just get blown out by.
Yeah, they got dumped by the Grizzlies.
Somebody torched them. So, but here's the problem. I think the Grizzlies are going to beat the Kings.
Yeah, the Grizzlies will beat the Kings.
I think the Kings are destined to always be an 8 seed, though. It's just what happens.
They weren't last year, though.
They were the year before, though.
But you guys,
that's how they destined to always be if they weren't last year.
50-50. It's 50. It's every other year.
Here's the problem, though. None of that literally matters because the winner of that game has to go play the Thunder.
Yeah.
So none of that literally matters.
Then again, the Kings do have the greatest play-in player of all time. In Jonas Valanciunas. He leads in points and rebounds.
I love the
I think I'm going to go like Keon Ellis or some shit.
I love the pause where he made us think about who it was.
Jonas Valanciunas leads in points and rebounds in play-in games. He's been there for the last...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Since it started, he has been there.
That's right.
So you know what? Give me the Kings.
Yeah.
Now we're looking at 10 seed Miami Heat, 9 seed Bulls. It's the Bulls. Come on.
Yeah. The Bulls' hot streak doesn't end. The Bulls' hot streak.
Yeah.
Just
I think we're destined for Bulls Hawks, but we'll get to that in a second.
If you want to, you can put mine up here because I have like game by game on mine because I'm playoff predictors right now.
Does it have? That's fine. We can just leave it like this and edit it in post.
It'd probably be easier to already have a screen recording of something. It's up to you.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, let's do that. We can do that because if we can.
So should I stop sharing then?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll stop sharing and then we'll pick back up.
So yeah, we can pick it back up with the East. Oh, you do have playoff predictor. You can actually do it. Oh, I wish I would have known that. Fuck you, Jack.
Okay, so it's the Bulls. Are we agreeing?
Yeah,
on the
we're gonna
Bulls?
see the Bulls taking down the Heat.
Okay. The Atlanta Hawks and the Orlando Magic. Orlando Magic. Oh, give me the Hawks.
Man,
I said it 30 seconds ago. I'm going to say it again. I think we're destined for a Hawks.
I think the Hawks are going to beat the Magic, though.
Game. No, I don't believe in my glorious King Dyson Daniels enough for them to beat the Magic.
I think the Hawks are going to put up points, and I think the Magic will not put up enough points.
We're destined for a Hawks Bulls playing for the 8th seed.
Alex, it's you.
Has to happen.
It's 1-1.
Man, give me. I don't want to hate on the Magic, man. I really don't. But give me the Hawks. Give me the Hawks.
The Hawks will face the Boston Celtics in the first round. It's not. Let's be real with everyone. It's not going to matter.
No, it doesn't. If the Hawks could put the ball in, not the Hawks, if the Magic could put the ball in the basket, I could consider them, but they can't. It's so hard to watch. They can't score, and it is so aggravating.
So we have the Grizzlies moving on. I think I had the Kings, but y'all outvoted me. This is a tough one.
The Orlando Magic.
I think the Magic could take it here.
Okay, then I don't have to think about it.
Give me the theme song immediately.
Oh, Orlando.
We're getting Magic Cavs again. Magic Cavs again.
All right.
Of course.
Let's go Cavs Magic. This is a clean sweep.
Whoa,
get him out of here.
Whoa.
It's a sweep, brother. It's a clean.
Oh, yeah, no, you're right. The Cavs are dressed.
When Bean says it, he's right, but when I say it, you just hate me.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's kind of how this works.
Let's go Thunder Grizzlies. Can we say 5 here?
Yes. Grizzlies are randomly win one of their home games.
They're gonna go down 0-3 and then just get bounced.
Get a charity win.
Let's do Boston Celtics and the Atlanta Hawks now.
4 games.
Celtics and
Sweep. Yeah.
Clean sweep. Okay.
What about wait. Rockets Warriors?
Let's save that. I want to save that. I need to prepare myself for that because I'm not going to hear good things. Clippers Nuggets. Okay, now this is something that we can actually have a conversation about.
This is sexy, and I like everything about this.
This is going to be a beautiful series.
So you have 3 players on the Clippers that are just extremely hot right now. You have Zubac, whatever. I wouldn't say that he can hold his own against Jokic.
He can do a damn good job, though.
Serviceable.
But he's going to do a serviceable, just keep him to 30, 10, and 10. No higher than that. Keep him to a 30-point triple-double. If you can do that, if you don't have him going out for 40 or 50 on 20 freaking rebounds, you'll be good.
Here's where I think things change, though. Okay? The Clippers have 2 things that the Nuggets don't have. First off, a coach. We're going to go ahead and get that out of the way. Coaches are going to be and they have a damn good coach.
Ooh, that's a great point.
Is they don't have the Clippers have a healthy playoff Kawhi.
Yep, I was just about to say that.
For now,
healthy playoff Kawhi.
Give me the Clippers. I will say they might take it 7. But I think they could
6.
Finish it out in 6.
Yeah, I think it's Clippers in 6.
I think it's Clippers in 6. I think this is where the Nuggets start to crumble.
Damn, we're seeing the downfall of the Nuggets right now.
It's beautiful. I love everything about it. But I think this is one of those where it's like you're gonna get your one series of playoff Kawhi before his degenerative knees that we've known about for 5 to 10 years actually give out on him.
Yeah, a little bit of a spoiler alert, but SGA is going to be a little upset that they traded him. Just a little.
I'm handsome. I have aura.
What's the next part?
Do Bucks Pacers? Are we gonna do?
No. Yeah, there's an next part to that.
I know what he said.
I'm handsome. Ivora.
That's literally it.
Oh, I thought there was a third one. Okay.
No.
Let's talk about the Pistons and Knicks.
Oh, okay.
This is a fun series. I like this. I like this a lot.
What's the season series? Can someone look it up? What's the season series between the two?
Okay.
I think it's pretty even.
Bean, you got it? I think Detroit actually won. They either split it or Detroit won it, I think.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm looking it up now.
If the math is mathing.
I think the matchups are so important with these. You have Isaiah Stewart going up against Cat. He's just going to bully the shit out of him.
Let's see. The season series for this year is a win from Detroit, a win from Detroit, a win from Detroit, and a loss from Detroit. They have a 3-1. 3-1.
Okay. If we see a crumble of Cat, if he crumbles, can the Knicks still win this series in 7?
Yes.
I don't think that we're going to see a crumble from Cat. I think what we'll see is a gassed-ass Knicks team.
That's the problem. That's the problem right there.
Everybody has played 40 minutes this year,
and that's the fatigue issue. There is it's not necessarily that the Knicks lack talent. It's just that talent is exhausted because Tibbs runs them into the ground.
And the Pistons are going to dog you. They're going to wear you out.
And if this goes 7, it don't matter if it's in the Mecca.
Are you dead ass? You're dead ass.
If it's in the Mecca, I might give it to the Knicks.
Yeah, I just don't see them losing a game 7.
Wait, what was your point? What was your point that you just made?
Yes, I know they're exhausted,
Knicks
Jack.
Go to 7 games against a ruthless Pistons team.
I didn't say they were going. I'm saying
if it goes 7.
I had it in 6.
But I'm saying if Pistons in 6.
Pistons in 6. Whoops.
Owen.
But I was saying if the Knicks can make it 7 games and get back to the Mecca, it's a bit of a different situation there.
I think at that point they're gassed though.
Yeah, they will. But you're sleeping in your own bed at that point, and that means something.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
We've had this conversation before.
We'll say Pistons in 6, but
the Pistons are going to win in 6 or 7. I'll be real. Pistons will win 6 or 7.
Let's give it 6.
I feel like
I just think this is so even that it could go 7.
I mean, wait, where were those games played in the season series? Were they 2-2 apiece?
Let's see. They were.
That plays a role.
Maybe
the Pistons lost in New York by 30 in November. Then they
Oh, that's November.
I know. Then they went back to New York they lost in Detroit in November by 30. Then they went to the Garden in December and won by 9. Then they went back to the Garden and won again. And then they went back
how much?
5. So their wins were no more than 9 points, but their loss was 30.
Yeah, but they lost. They beat them twice in the Garden. Pistons in 6.
Pistons in 7 if they can beat him in the Garden.
I'd say if they can beat him in the Garden, it goes 7.
You know what? Pistons are going to take them 6 or 7.
I like the idea of going to 7.
This is like a street fight. This is like when the school bully drags you out back and starts just pummeling you, and you both leave with bruises and scars. That's what this series is.
I think Cat's going to leave this series with a lot of bruises.
Yes, 100%.
Possibly not basketball bruises either. I'm just letting you guys know that.
Yeah, and we're getting our bad boy Pistons edit out of this too, aren't we?
All right, let's.
Jack, should we do the other scroll up?
Let's get it over.
Yeah. Oh, Jack.
I think the Warriors are gonna be able to steal one of those first 2 games. One of those first Rockets games. I think it should be 1-1.
This is 100% going 6 games. I'll put that out there.
Then you go into. Shit. I think the Warriors. Man, I want to say the Warriors because this Rockets team, these guys have never been into the. We've seen what happens when these teams who've never been to the playoffs make it to the playoffs for the first time.
Their coach has.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ime certainly has.
We forget where Ime Udoka was before he got here. So.
Are we? It's Steve Kerr versus Ime Udoka.
That's secretly a
offense versus defense.
Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry, though.
Ooh, that's a great point.
We can't forget Jimmy Butler in the playoffs is.
But
here's what changes.
Give me Warriors in 6.
Hold on. Here's what changes. Who guards Pods? Who guards him?
There's no way you looked at me and said that. Warriors in 7. I could go 7.
I'll take Warriors in 7. I'll take that. I don't care.
Yeah,
I think
Dubs
the Warriors are going to win
in
this
7.
series.
I was coming in here saying Rockets in 7.
I want to give it
to the
Rockets, man. It's so hard.
Really? Jack, you didn't believe in your own team. You're dead ass.
That's not what I said, dude.
It's so hard for me to say the Rockets aren't going to win this because of how good they've been, but if your coach has been there or not, like when you are coming into the playoffs for the first time, those lights just get too bright.
We had this
Who's starting pods?
We had this a couple of years ago when the Lakers were a 7 seed.
No, Amon's guarding Steph.
Yeah,
he's guarding Steph.
Did what? You got
Jalen
Tari Eason. No, I'm just kidding.
You got what? Jalen Green, Fred VanVleet on him.
No, they might. They could change something. They could do. You've got Tari Eason. You might run him on Jimmy though.
Yeah, you're gonna put Amen and Jimmy on, or you're gonna put Amen and Tari Eason on
unless you run Bari,
primary offensive guys.
It really comes down to how Pods plays. Sengun's he's going to get his own. Jalen Green's going to get his own. Butler, Curry, they're going to get their own. But if Pods does not show up,
and then Alp and Steven Adams are going to cook, but I can't get over the experience here.
Yeah,
of Steph.
Okay,
of Steph and Jimmy.
It feels like a home team series all the way up until Game 7, and then the Warriors get in 7. But that's 6.
I think we steal one. I think that we steal one.
I think you could steal one in the first 2.
And if we wipe them with our home games, we lose to them in Houston. I think we take it in 6 at that point.
But it would also just be really, really funny if you went back in Toyota set for Game 7. Steph just goes nuts. That'd just be great. Yeah, it'd be really fun. Because all the Rockets fans would be all excited, be like, "Oh my god, we're going back to Game 7 in our building. We got them." And then Steph goes like,
"I don't think they could win in our arena though."
Yeah, Warriors in 6 or 7. If you want to argue games, we can argue games. But
yeah, it's Warriors by a close margin. Bucks and Pacers.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
Pacers.
No, we're leaving that for the end.
He spared me.
Pacers are 7 or 6.
This is the battle of objectively mid in my eyes. Yes, but the Pacers are 4 seed. I understand that, but it's the Indiana Pacers.
They did it last year.
Yeah, I know.
Love the Pacers.
But Alex, every casual fan would be like, "Oh, the East was beat up." Yeah, that's gonna be the whole argument behind that playoff run every time you bring it up.
I'm not one of those. They still made the Eastern Conference Finals to me.
I'm not one of those people, but that's what people are gonna use.
And I get, yes, Giannis wasn't there last year.
Does Dame have a timetable? Do we know things?
That's the next thing I was gonna ask.
Let me find out. If he comes back, he won't be fully healthy.
He's ramping up, but any version of Dame is productive. In terms of,
I don't know. Did you watch Portland Did you watch Portland 2 years ago?
Yeah, that's fair. But I'm saying though, more so for the Bucks team.
This Pacers team is firing on all cylinders right now. They look fantastic. I don't think a busted up Bucks team is going to stop them. I don't.
So are we gonna go Pacers in 6?
I think they could either go 6 or 7. Because I get it, Giannis is healthy, he's back, but we've also seen what's happened the last couple of times he's been in the playoffs. I don't wish anything on him, but he has had a hard time staying healthy.
What if I said 5?
If I said 5, you'd be delusional because Giannis is going to take over at least 2 of these games. You have to think.
Yeah. You think they lose in-house, though?
Yes.
Oof.
I don't want to put him on the Bucks, but this Pacers team is nothing to play around with.
If Dame comes back, then I could see you guys maybe taking them out if you get a 75% version of what he is, but he hasn't played basketball in a month, 2 months.
Okay, we'll do 6.
They'll lose 6.
We have one Game 7, and that's Pistons.
That's the rock 'em, sock 'em, drag 'em out back, and fist fight.
All right, I just want to say one thing before we get into this. Let me say just one thing. Ant-Man versus the Fat Man. You can't, man.
The Fat Man.
Lakers in 5. Lakers in 5.
No way. There's no way.
Nope. No. That's delusional, and I hate you First of all,
I will claim it now. I'm not a delusional Lakers fan, and
no,
the size of the Timberwolves scares the
Jack is
living-
rage big.
Can you give me some credit for that? Can you
Yeah,
give me
that was a banger. That was a banger.
The thing is I thought of it as y'all were talking about the Bucks and Pacers. I'm sitting here like
that's what that's what Bean mentioned with lack of size. Yeah, who the fuck is gonna guard Rudy Gobert? I'm gonna say this right into my mic.
Rudy ain't gonna give you
who
anything.
Who the fuck is gonna guard Rudy Gobert?
Who's gonna guard Luka? And if you can guard him, who's gonna guard LeBron?
Jade McDaniels will guard Luka, and then Nas has to guard Bron. We don't really have a choice because who else are you gonna throw at Bron?
What if it's Randall and Rudy?
I ain't worried about Rudy though.
I can live with Julius Randle. Look, I shit on Julius Randle for being awful defensively off the rip, but he's been better lately. So I will give him credit for that. And look, that's not to say he doesn't like still get cooked, but at least he's giving effort. If you just get hold on, stay with me. If you get fried defensively and you give a bucket, that's fine. I'd much rather have that than you swiping LeBron as he goes by you. Like that's all I'm looking for here.
Bean, what are you scared of when it comes to Rudy Gobert?
What am I scared of?
What are you scared of?
He said size. He said Timberwolves size.
I don't like the size. I don't like the size, but I'm not worried about him scoring. That's just not Rudy. The thing that the thing that I like that this team can also do is what has killed Rudy in every playoff series that he's been in, and that is bringing him to the perimeter. If you get him to the perimeter, he's cooked.
Yeah, and I guarantee
Luka has gotten him to the perimeter countless times.
That's what I'm saying. I guarantee you.
That?
I guarantee you JJ Redick's going to scheme something up to get him out there on Luka again because that's how the Mavs ended our dreams last year.
I think they win the first game. I think
the Timberwolves could take it. I think the Timberwolves Lakers will go 7.
Yes, this feels like a 7-game series. I'm going to be completely honest.
I think this is going to be like two coaches like going at each other.
Finch is coaching for his job. I'm just going to put that out there. If we don't get out of the first round, he's gone.
Whoa.
Jack.
Whoa.
I can,
Jack, please be so serious. You're gonna have to pay Nas.
Well, I think it depends on how far the Lakers go. Yeah. If the Lakers get bounced in the next round, if the Lakers make it to the Western Conference Finals, he might not lose his job. But if the Lakers come up against the Warriors in the next round and it looks ugly and the Lakers get whooped, then Chris Finch could probably be out for his job.
Yeah.
Well, you also have new owner syndrome there too. I think they give it a year, go out and get a splash like a KD. They're going to do something huge this offseason. I want Austin Reeves and the Los Angeles Lakers.
Let's do it.
To move on to the second round to face us. I want them. I want you, Bron. Luka. Smoking a hookah. Not at Chase Center. Give me the Lakers.
Sorry, Owen.
Eternal pain inside. I'm pretty sure there's a stat. It's been like 135 seasons since there's been a championship in my city. So make it 136. However, if we beat you, Bean, I will talk a little bit of shit. I'm just gonna leave that.
Go ahead
right now.
Owen, you know me. I'm rooting.
Like
Owen, you know me. I'm rooting for the Wolves. You know that.
Yeah.
But the thing is I don't like you. So I'm picking the Lakers.
I knew it was going to come at some point. I knew he was just going to be like, I hate you. I hate your stupid face. I'm picking the Lakers.
To the people listening, that is all I have heard for the last week. No, how much Jack and Owen hate each other.
Especially today. Today was the worst out of all of them.
Oh my god, Jack! The thumbnail for this might have to be you and I doing this, like a UFC graphic of you and I doing this.
Here's the thumbnail, Alex.
All right, wait. Owen, face the other way. I'll put that in the thumbnail. I'll clip that and put it in the thumbnail.
What's funny is it really should be me and Bean doing that because it's the first Lakers.
Yeah, in no way are Owen and Jack's teams ever facing.
No, I don't. No. I don't want the Wolves. I don't care. That's too easy.
Well, Alex, they would. If they win and we beat you guys, it would be the 6-7 matchup.
That's the thing, though. That's the thing, though. Yeah, look at the screen right here.
Yes, I feel like it'd be more ironic if we photoshopped Bean. This would be so good. But
Okay,
anyways,
second round is on the way. We have, and I'm just going to go through the teams. We have the Clippers going up against what they gave up when they don't even have Paul George anymore. Pacers, Cavs, which in the regular season has been pretty fun.
Pacers match up well with the Cavs.
They do. Warriors, Lakers. Okay, Owen and Alex. Jeez, me and Alex are now.
I get to moderate that. So
you're gonna.
Oh, you're gonna do the same thing.
Yeah.
You're gonna do the same exact thing to me. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Pistons and Celtics. Wow. Look at the Pistons go, man.
That's a name. That's a name brand series. Holy shit.
We love it. We love it. You know what? Let's just make it Pistons, Pacers, Eastern Conference Finals. Come on. God, I wish.
No, that's sorry.
It's not happening, but man, I wish.
Speaking of Pistons, Celtics, let's talk about it. The defending champions versus the biggest. What should I say? Biggest leap.
Yeah,
biggest
almost of all time, probably.
Yeah, if there's a team award for most improved, it goes to the Pistons.
Yes, absolutely. That's what I would do too. That
Celtics
or
in
5.
6.
I think the Pistons can get one game, but this Celtics team is.
I think they're gonna be freaking hot, and they're gonna do it.
I don't. I 2 games is like pushing it. 1 game is a little crazy, but
I don't think they get 2 games on them.
It's this Celtics team. Man.
Here's the thing, though: the Celtics kind of sleep. They do this every year. They sleepwalk through the regular season because they're like, we're going to be a top 4 seed.
They cooked. This isn't the regular season though. They cooked the postseason last year.
I know, but they've been sleepwalking. You don't just turn it on like that. But I guess if they get 2 at home and they're rolling at that point, it might not matter. So
yeah, but like if they did that, like if they sleepwalked through it last year and then still came in and steamrolled through the playoffs this year, I don't see why they can't do it again.
Yeah, 5 makes sense.
Now let's go through the Lakers and Warriors because I'm not a delusional Warriors fan.
Oh, yeah, I'll moderate this one.
No, the thing is I'm not even going to give you a chance to break my heart here. I know
I could.
Bean, you remember that game last week? You remember that
was
game?
Bad. Yeah, that was bad.
This is going to 7 or 6. We're not going out without a fight. And matter of fact, we could actually upset you guys too.
You could.
Because we match up. If we can take down the Rockets with that 2-man lineup.
He's got a point there.
I think,
but I also
if we're able to get past the Rockets, I think we can. I think we have a chance against you. To be honest,
I just don't see Luka playing as bad in that one game. You know, like the Rockets didn't have a Luka.
The Lakers don't have a Sengun and Steven Adams.
Yeah, but y'all don't have a center either.
That's my point. So if we can get past that, something that we didn't even have. We got Quentin Post going up against Sengun.
Yeah, but y'all have something that y'all have that experience.
No. Hold on, Bean. Hold on. You snuck Quentin Post into that sentence.
I mean, he would be the center.
Yeah.
Didn't I just say that?
Yeah. No, okay. I was just making fun of you. I was just making fun of you and your stupid face for saying Quentin Post.
I'm gonna put up your face on the screen when I'm editing.
Give me Lakers in 7. I'll take it. Lakers in 7.
Yeah, that feels right. This just feels like 7.
It just feels like a one last shebang with Steph and LeBron.
Yeah.
It's gonna be.
There we go. That's a lot better.
There. Oh yeah.
Wait! Hey!
That would be wild. A 4-game sweep would be wild.
If they swept the Lakers, I don't think Bean would show his face in the pod for a week.
I'd quit.
Yeah, he'd retired. We'd never hear. He'd delete his TikTok account, all that fun stuff.
You know what? Yeah, we'll shake on this. If the Lakers sweep us, I'll quit. If we sweep you, you quit.
Whoa.
No, because I don't want to have that power.
No,
it's not gonna happen regardless. We might not.
There's not.
Face off
but God, if it did,
it could easily be Rockets Wolves. Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
It could be. Oh yeah, give me the Lakers. In all seriousness, let's say.
Yeah, Lakers in 7. I just don't see why
they get a little mini 3-2 comeback against Steph again.
I was gonna say I don't see why. Yeah, another little comeback,
dude. If it goes like this. Oh no. I'm tweaking.
He's saying if it's 3-1.
That would be.
If it's like this and then it starts to go like this, I don't know what I would do with myself.
That'd be so funny.
I don't know
That'd
what
be
I would
so
do.
funny. That'd be so funny. Oh my god! But
what did I do? This?
Yeah, there you go.
Something like that.
Lakers and
you think we'll go up 2-1 though? Yeah.
It's reasonable.
I think we can.
Travel.
We can do it.
Jack, travel's negligible here.
Jack is so excited about going up 2-1. Lose.
Hey, if we go up 2, hold on.
Moral victory.
Hold on. If we go up 2-1, Game 4 in Golden State, come on, dude. You know I'm gonna be on your ass about that. Oh man.
Oh my god.
Well, according to you, the Warriors lose that game.
Yeah, they will.
But carry the hell on.
That's much better. That's much better.
Jack, can you chill? This is a family show.
Pacers, Cavaliers.
Cavs in 6.
Cavs in 5.
I think the Pacers can make them work because they are
like 6.
They're really matched up for them.
Okay, we can go 6, but if it goes 5, I'm gonna victory lap this.
That's fine.
Put that out there.
That's fine. I'll go 6. I think that's good.
There's not much to say about it. If Tyrese is cooking, shoot, there's even a chance, to be honest, where I could see the Cavs losing that.
Yeah.
Tyrese Halliburton would have the series of his life.
He
just doesn't turn the ball over.
That's what's so crazy is that he does not turn over the ball
at all.
He averages like 10 assists, not 10 assists. You know, how many assists does he average this year? It's actually a good question because I want to know.
Well, it's not about the assists. It's about the assist to turnover ratio.
How many assists does Tyrese Halliburton average?
I think he's got like a 3.0 assist.
8.8.
9.2 assists per game this season in the NBA.
Oh wow.
9.2.
9.2. How many turns?
The nice robot lady in my phone said 9.2.
He's got like 3 turns, right?
Turnovers, he averages 1.6.
Oh my gosh, that's not even 3.0.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what's crazy. He does not turn that ball over. I love
Jack's about to get a hardo talking about assist to turnover ratio.
Dude, it's like Rodgers with his interception and touchdown ratio. It's like
that's exactly.
Tyrese Halliburton is my favorite.
Just love good ball, man. It's just good.
I love Tyrese Halliburton, and to see him back on
his voice is annoying.
To see him back, it makes me so happy.
Actually,
I was so mad when the Kings drafted him. I hated it because I was like, you got De'Aaron Fox. Why do you need another point guard? And they traded him to Indiana, and I was so happy, and now he is back.
That's a good trade, dude. They traded Tyrese Halliburton for Sabonis. Hey, that's a win-win.
I love Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah.
I want to make that known.
Let's just get away with it. Let's just
Nope, slow down.
Let's just do it. Let's just get it over with.
5?
I don't know.
Really?
The Clippers can make them work.
That's it. Clippers are going to make them work a little bit.
I don't like that.
If they are staying healthy, Norman Powell, Kawhi Leonard.
Norman Powell.
Is he? Yeah, he's Norman
Kawhi is
Powell.
healthy, it goes 6.
Yeah, it's
Let's not forget what Norman Powell's been doing.
So you got let's see. You got Dort on Harden, right?
Yep.
Or maybe Kawhi. Depends on how
Kawhi
Kawhi does that first round.
The torture chamber.
And then you got who? Like Chet on Kawhi then? Who's got on Kawhi if Dort gets Harden?
J-Dub.
No, at that point, I would put J-Dub on Harden, and I would put Dort on Kawhi. No, you got to put Dort on Kawhi. You can't.
That's what I think. You'd have Dort on Kawhi.
Yeah, and then you have you get J-Dub on Harden. But then who's guarding SGA boys? Nobody.
Unfortunately,
probably Derrick Jones Jr. My guess would be Derrick Jones Jr.
That's
or if Kawhi is on his level, then they'd put Kawhi on him.
Yeah, you might have to put Kawhi on him regardless.
And if Ty Lue can get Kawhi to get in his bag and come back and be Kawhi,
I still have 5 because I think by game 3 or 4 you're not going to see a Kawhi.
I don't want to say. Don't say that. Don't
no.
say that. We need playoff Kawhi.
I know.
But yes,
genuinely sad.
I'm just letting you know.
What sucks is what sucks is that I'm a Lakers fan and I am like actually pulling for this Clippers team. I love this Clippers team.
I'm just letting you know the Clippers are red, blue, black, and white, but SGA is only gonna see red. He is
Clippers.
only gonna see red.
Give me the
Thunder
Thunder.
and 6. It has to be 6. Has to be 6. I just
Oh, and
don't.
give me some credit.
Thunder and
No,
6.
because
give me some credit, man. You know,
because you're doing this, I'm not giving you credit.
I trust you with the credit that you give me, though. We have that bond.
I'll give you credit, but not because you did this.
Yeah, I just had a victory lap for a second there.
Yeah.
6. We're saying 6.
6. Thunder and
Yeah,
6.
6.
Thunder and
I
6.
don't know if I even like 6. I like 5.
Oh, we say 6.
Let's see.
Divorce
People
court,
say 6.
child support, Lou Dort. Lakers in 5.
I think they'll go up 3-1, and then they just steal a game in OKC.
Yes, they're going to accidentally win one of their home games or the game 5 in OKC.
Now, this is the conference finals that we all knew was happening. Let's be real with everyone. This is exactly what everyone thought was going to happen.
More accurate NBA playoffs.
Let's start in the East.
I've been waiting
and
for
give
this.
Bean some time to prepare
Go ahead.
for the beatdown that's about to happen.
I've been waiting for this. I don't believe in the Cavaliers. I still don't believe in the Cavaliers. Celtics in 6.
I like Celtics in 6.
I'm just gonna put that out in the universe.
Yeah, I can get behind that. You know,
I thought I was gonna get more of an argument from
No.
Jack. I'm not gonna lie.
Now, in the regular season, yes, the power rankings, we did both have them over, but that's different. I think that's a little different. Are we going to talk about any more about this series, or are we just moving on?
no, I think this is where the Cavs. I don't want to say. I think that they could win. I truly do think that they could win because they do match up well.
If they can lose to the Pacers, you were saying it was
But-
a realistic scenario for them to lose to the Pacers, right?
If they struggle with the Pacers, then I think the Celtics are gonna get them in the second round.
What if I said
Third
5?
round. No. Cavaliers are good enough to beat them once or twice in a series, not good enough to beat them 4 times.
I think this series depends on what Jaylen Brown we get. I think we're gonna get Tatum being
Stop.
Tatum.
It's not ridiculous. It's not
Yeah,
ridiculous.
who's going to
say
guard
that.
Tatum? Who is going to guard Tatum? Dean Wade?
Evan Mobley.
DeAndre Hunter.
Eesh. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Ooh, I even forgot about.
Or
You got Evan
or-
Mobley and Jarrett Allen going up against
Tingus Pingus.
Tingus Pingus if he's there. Because at this point, you got to think, hey, we're talking health here. We're talking health with the Clippers. We got to talk health with the Celtics, too, because Kristaps Porzingis is going to be the reason why they either lose in the Eastern Conference Finals or they win the championship. It's going to be on Kristaps Porzingis and maybe Jaylen Brown, too. I'll give Jaylen Brown that, too.
Yeah, I still think it's 6.
I'll give it 6. Yeah, just because Tingus Pingus. Because you never know, dude. I mean, Evan Mobley might just murder the guy, and then you just don't see him for the rest of the rounds.
Yeah. just murder him.
Bean, let me hear your delusional take quick before
A
we.
delusional take. I'm just saying the season series was 2-2. That's all I gotta say.
Ooh.
One of those was how many of those were pre-Luka? They only played once.
What between Cavs? I'm talking about Cavs and Celtics.
Oh, Cavs Celtics? Oh, okay.
Oh,
I
I
was
thought you
still
were
on that.
saying Lakers.
That's a 50-50.
I want to let me just hear you talk about the Lakers being the Thunder real quick. I just want to hear you say it. Say it. Say it.
Thunder.
Say it. Say it so we can shut it down. I want to shut it down.
No, you're not shut down. What?
Shut down the fact that you're about to say the Lakers being the Thunder.
No,
Oh,
sadly, no.
oh man, that's rough.
I wanna look past my biases. I'm not delusional though. This Thunder team's gonna kick our ass.
7. LeBron
No.
and Luka
Maybe
are too good to go out. LeBron and Luka are too good to go out. Sorry. There's no way. There's no way.
I'm not worried about LeBron.
Who's
Luka,
gonna
and
rebound the
AD.
ball?
Yeah, there you go.
Who's gonna rebound the ball?
Yeah, you're right.
You got Chet, and you got Hartenstein.
Jackson Hayes, bro. I'm just kidding.
Jackson Hayes. The only way we're winning is if Jackson Hayes turns into Dennis Rodman.
He's gonna have a Charlie horse in the second game and be out for the rest of the series.
Someone Photoshop Jackson Hayes' face on the Dennis Rodman.
The worm.
Yeah, on the worm. So
What if I told you 5?
No.
I'll take 6.
6.
You want to get bounced in LA at Staples
Yeah.
Center?
Respect the Thunder. Respect the Lakers a little bit, Jack. Please.
I want Rob Pelinka to see what he needs to fix.
Ooh.
I want him to be there and watch it.
Maybe trade for.
We
a
all know
center
what they need.
that's
It's not
gonna trade for
Clint
a
Capella
center
would be
that's
a
not going
free
to fail
agent
his
in this
physical.
Go
I
out
would
and
love
get
to
Miles
know.
Turner.
Here,
You
Alex.
go out and get Miles Turner. You're winning a chip.
Alex,
next
I
year.
know what Pelinka needs to fix. Trade for a center that's not going to fail his physical.
We go get Clint Capella. Clint Capella will be a free agent. It'll be a lot easier. He'll be a lot cheaper too.
Hold on, Bean.
We
Can
don't have the money for Miles Turner.
No,
Can
just
Clint
trade
Capella
for
pass his
Claxton
physical?
at that point?
Can Clint Capella pass his physical?
Probably at this point.
Trade
Yeah.
for him.
Why not? I would rather go and get Claxton.
I can't. No, he isn't restricted, but I don't know how much he's going to ask for.
He's going to ask for a lot more if he stays with the Nets, so you better trade for him now.
Do we have anything the Nets are going to want though? I'm not willing to give up those picks for Nicholas Claxton.
No. Yeah, I think you got to rip the Band-Aid off and trade Connect a second time.
Oh wow.
That would be horrifying. But Thunder and 6. Let's move on.
Yeah.
All right. Let's say I'm thinking it's pretty even here.
Yeah.
And then
We might not be able. I'm sorry, Nicholas Claxton's already on his extension, and it's $27 million, 25 next year, 23. It's descending. Yeah, we can't trade for him. There's no way. We'd have to trade like
you'd have. Oh, you'd have to. You might have to wait till LeBron retires.
Yeah, but if we were trying to come back and win next year, we might as well go sign somebody like Clint, who is going to be cheaper.
Yeah, you'd have to go out and get something cheap. But then once LeBron retires, you got to go out and get someone.
Then you go get.
This is the same as a couple of those teams we did in the first segment of the episode. You literally just need anybody that's capable of rebounding a basketball.
And I would take Clint Capella.
Yes, literally anybody.
I really don't mind Clint. I know he's got his injury problems, but
Was he getting like 15, 20?
Might be less just because he hasn't played so much in a while. I mean, like, let me see. Clint Capella's contract last year was. He's finishing his Oh, that's not what I wanted.
I think the Hawks would want Connect.
Well, we don't have to. Clint Capella's contract's up.
Oh, okay.
He's a free agent, and he got paid $22 million this last year, but he'll most likely drop down to like anywhere between. I want to say 12 to 17 because of the fact that he just hasn't played, and he's getting older. He'll be 31.
I think the Hawks won't even care because we've spoken into existence that they're going to go out and get Miles Turner anyway.
And then they also have 00, so it's not like I think they're going to let Clint Capella go. He's also
you enlighten me what you mean by 00. What does that mean?
Onyeka Okongwu.
Okay.
There it is.
Yeah.
Dude, you might not even need to go out and get Turner.
That's what I've been thinking. I've been thinking more on it because Onyeka Okongwu he might be the future.
I think you just sit on the team that you have and just roll with it for the next few years and just let them develop.
So Clint Capella will be Laker next year. I'm calling it.
Clint Capella. It seems like they're very interested in centers who are in shambles and injury history. So I think they go and get.
They're gonna trade for Mark Williams again.
No, the other Williams, Robert.
No, yeah.
I think they go out and get Robert.
There's gonna be a Williams and a Lakers jersey. It just doesn't. We don't know which one.
Who's better, Jackson Hayes or DeAndre Ayton?
DeAndre Ayton.
DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, so you go out. What if you?
No, we can't afford that contract. If you want to say go get DeAndre, that's not happening.
No, that math.
I wouldn't even want that. But I'm just saying, like, he would just be a better version of Jackson Hayes. Celtics Thunder. You what?
I would take Ayton over Hayes. But Celtics Thunder.
Celtics Thunder.
Thunder and 7.
Celtics and 7.
We don't have a repeat anymore. We haven't seen repeats.
Oh, okay.
The
Convince
Thunder,
me.
hold on.
Owen, Alex, convince me. Let me know.
The
Owen,
Thunder,
you go first.
look,
You go first.
the Thunder have playoff experience now, but they don't have this deep of playoff experience at this point. I think at some point, yes, the Thunder going to win a championship at some point in the next 5
What
years.
did Cat say? What did Cat say? How
This
many
is
more
what
games
movies
we have
is
to
made of.
lose? We've been losing for
This
20 years.
This is no. Cat said this is what movies is made of.
We've been
But,
losing for 20 years.
Yeah, I think it's Celtics in 7 because the Thunder, again, I'm going to play the playoff experience card. If the Thunder get this far and lose, I see them winning it in the next 2 years after this. I'm going to keep denying it until I see them make a legitimately deep playoff run. Like, okay, they know what the Western Conference Finals feels like, and they're durable enough to survive it. So, Celtics in 7.
Speaking of durable,
Don't say Tingus Pingus like roll his ankle walking out of the arena.
what I'm just saying is you're going
Please don't.
through you're going through three different who they got. They swept the Hawks, so that's an easy series. You get a little bit of rest. Pistons in 6, get a little bit of rest.
Said 5, but yes.
Or 5, that's what I meant. You get and then equal amount of rest with the Thunder. 3 series, regardless, 3 series of Tingus Pingus going up against 6-game series of Tingus Pingus going up against Evan Mobley. Owen, what makes you think? And I haven't decided yet on this. I'm not like trying to hate on you, but what makes you think that he's gonna be there for all 7 games?
I don't know. Like, that's the thing. It's like I could say Celtics in 7, but I'm assuming Tingus Pingus gets there in one piece.
You got
the problem.
Dort
Not going to guard him.
on Tatum.
Okay.
You have
Lala, chill.
Lala's losing it. Lala does not like Owen's take.
No. She heard the word Dort on Tatum and got confused. Bean, sell your Thunder take to me real quick.
So, the Thunder have had to go through a gauntlet to get here. And you know what? There might be some wear and tear. I'm not going to doubt that. But this isn't a team that dog walked their first. Well, they did dog walk. They're going to dog walk the first round. I think both the Celtics and the Thunder are going to do that.
move it.
But I think when you have a team that has now not only beat LeBron, but beat playoff Kawhi, and now they're going to come in here and face the Celtics. This is a deeper team than the Celtics. They're not as top heavy as the Celtics, I'll admit that. But you got Shea. You know, you have the prospect of Pingus might not be there. So then you've got Chet and Isaiah Hartenstein going up against Al Horford and Luke Cornett. You've got, Aaron Wiggins, Isaiah Joe coming off the bench. You still have J-Dub, who has been averaging 20-plus this season. Lou Dort, who is going to clamp down whoever he gets put on. I mean, we saw what happened last year with Tatum in the playoffs. Couldn't score the ball. Got saved by Jaylen Brown in a lot of those games. Derek White, obviously, as well. I don't want to take away from the fact that they do have that, but if you can put somebody who is a solid defender on Tatum, you might not even have to.
Owen. So the Celtics have a lot of question marks. They have question marks on Porzingis, and they have question marks on Drew Holiday.
Here's
That's what I'll say. Hold on. Give me, and this is a genuine question. This isn't rhetorical. Give me the question marks. This is what's gonna get me off of the Celtics' ass right now. Give me the question marks on the Thunder, on just them, how they can pull out a series outside of experience, because you never have experience until you do.
I mean, I don't really
take
have
your time. Take your time too with this. Seriously, I'm not like
experience
trying to
is
rush
really
you.
the only one I can think, because like the Thunder are great, the Thunder are athletic, but at some point, winning games on athleticism. Granted, the Thunder I think are better defensively. We can get the numbers on that later, but I don't know. Like, there's something, I don't trust the Thunder team this deep in the playoffs. Like, I trust them to get to the Western Conference Finals bare minimum, but I don't know. I don't have a good reason, Jack. It's just kind of a gut feeling on this one. I'm gonna be completely honest. Like I can give you
I'm hearing you.
I can give you basketball reasons for the rest of these series, but it's really not. There's really no good thing. I'm gonna lean on experience this late in the playoffs. Then again, the Thunder have home court, so that's gonna play a role as well. This truly would be one of the hardest series I think to predict for any basketball purist, let alone ourselves.
I agree. That's why I have it in 7. I truly don't. I'm not sold on either side, to be honest.
Yeah.
So,
But at the same time, I'm sold on both of them too.
So
I mean, yes, either of them can win.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so you both have different teams.
Yes, and this is a democracy, Jack. So you do have to pick somebody.
That's what I'm saying. So I want your closing arguments for the jury.
Bean, you want to go first? You want me to go first?
I guess I can go first. You know what you're gonna say. This team lacks in experience. I can go ahead and say yes. They do. They've never made it this far. They even have some players here this year that weren't here last year, like Chet Holmgren. I will admit that. But I will always state on the fact that this is how you get that experience. You know, you can claim the experience thing all you want, and that's fine, and that's a valid argument. But if now, you know, you've had people like Chet, Aaron Wiggins, and all them, they haven't had a dog walk here. You know, Chet has had to go through Zubac. You know, Isaiah Joe has now had to go up against players like James Harden, Norman Powell, Luka Doncic. This is the same team that's going to beating Luka Doncic and LeBron James. That's about 40 years of experience right there that you're just going to get from that.
35 of them with LeBron, obviously.
I mean, yeah, all of them are from LeBron. All of those experiences are from LeBron.
Okay,
but like if you're coming through here and beating LeBron, I'm gonna have to like hold that to high regard.
Yeah.
But Owen, before you go, I'm gonna save you on a point here. Wouldn't that just be a net negative for the Thunder this deep into the season? And here's where experience does matter, because Luka himself went into that Celtics series limping because of how much wear and tear going through the West does to you.
Yeah.
What's your rebuttal, Bean?
Sorry, my rebuttal on...
He's playing that here. I'll give it to you. Jack played the wear and tear card because the West is a gauntlet. Celtics, theoretically, aside from the Cavs, could cruise through the first 2 rounds, struggle with the Cavaliers a little bit, and then you go to the NBA Finals and we move on with our lives, right? Whereas the Thunder, like you said, Thunder got to shake the Grizzlies off as fast as possible. Then you got the Clippers if Kawhi is healthy. Then you got either Steph Curry and the Warriors or LeBron, Luka, and the Lakers. So like you get that, or again with the Cavs, you're gonna get the pace. You're gonna get like the Pacers, the Pistons, and the Cavs in order.
At the same regard, the Celtics
or the Knicks.
Yes, did the Thunder have a worse time getting to the finals? Yes, but they did have to go through the Cavs too.
Yeah, the battle. I will say this: the battle testing that the Thunder would have to go through might offset the lack of experience because they played through the objectively better conference. And again, that's no fault of the Celtics being in the East. It's just what the power balance of the league is right now. So I'm gonna flip this. I'm gonna flip to the Thunder, but if the Celtics win that series, I don't think anybody's gonna be surprised.
Oh wow! I didn't even have to do it. You flipped.
No, I had to stop and think about it. Like the Thunder is so good, dude.
Okay, here's an argument for the Celtics, quick.
And the Thunder have more picks until like 2065, so we're fucked.
What goes to say that Tatum just shows everyone that all that disrespect meant something to him? Jaylen Brown plays the way that he can. Peyton Pritchard's hitting his threes. Drew Holiday's back to that defensive mode that he should be doing. Kristaps Porzingis is healthy.
I mean, Jason Tatum...
Horford's getting the rebounds and threes.
Jack, Jason Tatum's only 19, so he has a lot to prove.
Yeah, that's true. Thunder and 7.
Let's not also add like this. Last year was the only time Tatum was in the playoffs. I will admit, Tatum, other than last year, has only done anything but cook. He has done anything. I'm trying to think of the best way to say it. Wow.
Jack, scroll down. Look, it only generated the Nuggets logo.
He only cooked in nothing but last year.
It only generated the Nuggets logo. That hurts my brain to look at, but
it's so bad.
Alex, you might have to edit that in post. But
I can edit that in post. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that.
There it is.
I mean, no, I'm not saying you have to, but if you really wanted to,
I can.
So,
that kind of hurt to do the Thunder because I'm not gonna say I was leaning Celtics, But Owen, if you held your ground for another 5 minutes,
I couldn't find a good basketball reason why the Celtics would beat the Thunder in the 7-game series, other than the fact that Tatum's been in the playoffs like 5 of the first 7 or whatever years he's been in the league. So
if they win in Boston, they win at the Garden, and they steal one game from the Thunder, they can win this in 6.
100%.
All they need to do is
if they go back to OKC up 3-1, they'll close it out in Boston in 6. But
don't get me wrong, the Celtics can obviously win this. Like, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
So now to close this all out, we have the Thunder, we have the Celtics, 2 teams that could definitely win the championship. What other teams, especially now that we have all of the matchups set up?
Yes, let's do one sleeper team. One sleeper team each.
Or just in general, what other teams can just genuinely still do it? What other teams, and we can look back on this when it's mid-June and be like, yeah, okay, we did have an argument for them too. What other teams can genuinely do this?
I'll give you 2, both out of the West. My team and the Clippers. Because if the Clippers stay healthy and you get playoff, hold on.
I'm not talking about the Kawhi Clippers here.
Yeah, I'm talking about the Clippers. The Clippers would be my sleeper team, or us.
What other team did you? Oh, yeah, go on.
That's it. It's those 2. And then do you want one?
You
of
got
these?
nothing. You got nothing on the Wolves. Give me something.
The fact that we went to the Western Conference Finals last year, and the only thing that changed on our roster was that Julius Cat has become Julius and Dante. Other than that, the roster's entirely the same.
Nah, I know you know this, but I don't know if the viewers do, because I even though I've said it before, I'm rooting for the Wolves. It's just you got to go through the Lakers, then you got to either go to the Rockets or the Warriors, and even if you do that, you got to go to Oklahoma City.
Yeah, and with Anthony Edwards in a Thunder series, you could really use the divorce court, child support, Lou Dort, Lakers in 5 joke if you really want to.
That's a good one.
So,
that's a good one.
Any
closing arguments, fellas?
No, this is gonna be an absolute. The West is gonna be an absolute banger, and I will be sitting down to watch the majority of it. And I'll say this: our series may require TikTok lives. I'm just gonna put that out.
Oh, they will. We will go live together.
100%. I have to.
Am I invited?
I'm gonna be live for the first game.
Are you guys inviting me to this?
Yeah,
everybody's invited. We need them all. We need all the gang.
Jack, take over the Sentient Pod account and go live with us.
The gang's all here. No, I want my account. I guess that's.
I don't think you can on the Sentient Smoker Fire account.
Well, I've only gone live once.
I haven't gone live at all. I'd have to test that.
Y'all got to go live 3 times before the first game.
Yeah, we better do it.
3 times in a week.
I've gone my lives. I've got my 3 lives in.
So why do you have to do 3 in a week?
You have to go 3 lives. You have to go
in
live
30
for
minutes.
30 minutes and then 3 lives on 3 different days. Or no,
30 minutes in total.
3 different days.
Okay,
yeah, 30 minutes in total.
Maybe we low key just stream like the play-in games. We can go live for like maybe the play-in games Tuesday night.
Yeah, we just won't be able to go live together.
Yeah, maybe I go live and stream, and you guys can tap into me watching this absolute.
Why don't we just go live on YouTube?
We can do that too.
We can do that live too.
But that works for me.
We can coordinate that later on.
With that said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and comment. Who is your favorite to come out of the West? Who is your favorite to come out of the East? For us, it's the Thunder and Celtics until proven otherwise. Even though we have a Lakers fan, we have a Wolves fan, and you know who I rock.